Hello everyone, welcome back to my computer project. It's just the simulator again. I haven't actually done much recently. I think I missed like 2 weeks of videos I was meant to be doing. But yeah, I haven't had the energy recently. I've had migraines and all that faff. So yeah, it's just been difficult to sit down for any period of time and work on something. Well, at least on this project anyway. I have been working on other software projects, which I hope to start doing videos on, because I used to do software on here and it's a lot easier to do than electronics. But I want to do both. Like, I want to finish this electronics project. I don't think I'm going to complete my computer project this month, which is like the 20th, which is my birthday. It's also this computer project's 1 year anniversary, and the goal was to have it like basically finished at this point, but I don't, and I don't think I ever was. It's a very time consuming thing, and I've learned a lot along the way, and that learning has taught me that I was a bit of an idiot when I started. So yeah, so something I've been playing with, I was playing with yesterday was because I wanted to do bit shifting in this, and I didn't have a way to do it in hardware. So I made a program to do it, and I'll run it. As you can see, it shifts the bit to the left, and it does this because I added a new instruction, AWC, which is add with carry, which is pretty standard. You'd have that anyway. So yeah, so I have a normal add, which takes the 1 and just adds 1 to 1, then it stores it again, like stores the value there. So when 1 and 1 would be 2, then it would add 2 there, and then it would be 2 add 2, which is 4. So it basically doubles whatever's in here. And after that, it doesn't add with carry, but it still has to add a number, so I just add 0, and so then it's just the carry. I don't know if that's the most sensible way. It seems sensible, because if I wanted to do like 16-bit numbers with just this 8-bit hardware, that would be used quite often. But I don't know, maybe it might be useful to just have like whatever's in register A adds it with the carry or something like that, like ADR, which is down here. So ADR just adds whatever's in A and B, so I could just have something like that that just adds A to whatever's in the carry register. Anyway, yeah, so it just doubles the number with this bit and this bit, so that. And then it just adds the carry, and that's, if you don't do the add with carry there, or you just do add with carry, it will actually go out of here, so it will be 0 at some point, and you don't want it to be 0. But this works with any number. So if oh god, I just messed that up, didn't I? Right, if I put a 9 in there, you'll see that shifts both numbers, and it will do the carry properly. And I mean, you could do this with much higher numbers. As you can see, it carries it nicely. So I still have to work out how to do a shift right, because that I think would require subtraction. And it's not just subtracting itself from itself like it is here. Here it's just adding it to itself. Subtraction. How does it work? I don't know. I'll have to work it out. Yeah, I'll have to work that out. Haven't even looked into it, but yeah, so that was the idea of that. I might show you the thing I was working on last time with my actual computer. So give me a sec and I'll go set that up. Alright, so here we are. Sorry if it's a bit wobbly, I'm just using my hands. So yeah, I did make a lot of changes to this. As you can see, there's like a lot of resistors hanging off the edge. There's a few resistors in there that aren't even connected anymore. They were connected temporarily because I thought that might fix an issue, but it didn't. You can see here it's got a couple of changes. Ignore this capacitor, that's just decoupling. I probably didn't need it. This capacitor though does actually do something. It's tied to this transistor, I think. So that was to sort of try and handle this, to sort of, if there was any sort of disconnect between it being on and off, like no connection rather than either side. Rather than either pole being active, it was probably just disconnected, because I've had that issue with a couple of switches that I've taken out and then put new ones in. So yeah, that's to handle that. And I probably didn't need to do any of that, because it turns out it didn't actually help. So with these ones, so this works now. Like in one specific, I'm not going to run it, but yeah, doing all these now in any order. So if you remember, I had issues with writing A register out to the bus and then reading in B register. It would just write a random number, but it worked with B. I still don't understand why it was doing that, but that's fixed now anyway. What was that to do with? That was to do with there was a short somewhere which I managed to fix. There was another issue, and I can't quite. It might have been this actually. It might have just been needed to be pulled to ground somewhere. But yeah, that works now, and it deactivates when you switch to that, and it will just do the default here. That's fine. But there is sometimes a few glitches when switching between here. So I think what I need to do is put capacitors on the bases of here as well, so that certain things like you want to stop reading from the bus before you stop writing to it. And I think what's happening is that it stops writing to the bus before it stops reading from the bus. So a value will just come in as whatever, like 0, 0, 0, all zeros or all ones or something that isn't what it's meant to have. So I need to put capacitors on these so that the ones that write out to the bus stay active a little bit longer than the ones that read into the bus. So that adds a bit of timing. Now, if I was doing this properly, there would be like a multi-phase clock or something where you can tie different things to different parts of the clock. So you could turn those off first, then those would go off and whatnot. But yeah, so need to wang some capacitors on that and hope it works. And that's just to fix that. The switching for that, it's crazy. But yeah, I need to remove all these as well. These little fucking resistors I put in there, and probably those as well. I don't know. Absolute mess. But it's getting there, very slowly but surely. Yeah, that's all. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.